What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time tuning in, please be sure to smash that subscribe button. If not, thanks for your continued support. Today I have my 2004 Saab 9.5 Aero back in my possession. As you guys may or may not have known, a friend of mine had borrowed this car over the last 3 weeks, and he had put 1,500 miles on the car, which I think is absolutely amazing. Because he got to really thoroughly enjoy the car, and throughout the course of 3 weeks I kept getting text messages and voice messages about how awesome this thing is. So it's pretty cool to have a non-car enthusiast, non-Saab enthusiast get to enjoy a Saab for 1,500 miles. I mean, that's quite a bit of driving to really get the full experience. So today, now that we have this car finally back, if some of you guys haven't been following before this video, we've been having some issues with the horn, and I bought a new clock spring, so we're gonna go ahead and pull apart the front steering wheel and put this new clock spring in. It should hopefully fix some of the issues that we're experiencing with the horn not working all the time. So let's hop into that. And just to really show you guys what I'm talking about, it may or may not work right now, so let's see. See, I hit the horn right where it needs to go. Nothing. On the bottom it works, but the top it doesn't. So obviously that's related to the clock spring. So we're gonna go ahead, disconnect the battery, pull this apart, and take care of that. All right, so before I get going in this video, I wanna give a shout out to this company called Pancis. They sent this unit. This is a unit right here, but what this really does is M4, that's hot. What this really does is it's a air pump. So if you guys are anywhere in the wintertime and you're needing air in your car, this is a really good tool to have on hand. Every car should have this in the trunk. So I'll put a link in the bio with my coupon code and all the details for you guys to purchase this unit. This is an air pump from Pancis. Pretty awesome unit. So it comes with all the accessories. You can pump up let's see where this is here. Let me pull this out. You can use this accessories for pumping up, you know, balls if you guys are playing basketball or soccer. It comes with USB to USB-C. That's how it charges. And then on the back side you can also flip it to have it charge your phone. So if you have an iPhone or other device that you want to use to charge, you can have that output used to charge it as well. So it's a pretty awesome accessory to have in your car, especially if you're out racing. Like for me, I'm out on the racetrack and I have to air down my tires. So if you guys are racing and you need to air down your tires and air your tires back up, it's nice to really have. And it's battery charged. So let me turn it on. I'll show you how this functions. So right there, it's on, and you can set the different settings for your application. So right now I have it set for the tire for 35 psi, which is what these tires need. I've done all 3 except for the last one here. I just wanted to share this with you. Before I go ahead and plug it in, if you hit this left button here on the left, it's a light button. So if it's dark outside and you need light, there's an LED light right there to show you. And then of course, I guess it flashes as well. So if you guys are outside in a dangerous area, you can have it flashing. Little SOS, kind of cool. So let me plug this in, and you can, like I said, air it down, air it up. So this screws right into the wheel as you would any other, well, in this case it screws in, which is good. And why you screw it in is because it gives you a haptic feedback on your tire pressure right there. So obviously my tire pressures are at 32. I want them to be at 35, so I'm gonna hit just the power button here, and there it goes. And as you guys can see, right when it gets to the 35 mark, it cuts off automatically. So again, I'll link everything in the description below if you guys want to purchase this unit for yourselves. Like I suggest, every car should have it, especially now going into the winter when tire pressures go down when it gets cold, or if you're myself and you want to race your car on the track and you have to air down and air back up. Really great tool to have. So thank you, Fantic, for sending that to me. And again, if you guys need one, I suggest it. Pretty handy tool, pretty awesome to have in your cars. So I will link that all down in the description. Thank you again, guys. So before we put you on a different setting on the camera here, we're gonna remove the airbag. We disconnected the battery, so there's no power going to it. But behind here, there's these covers. So we're gonna remove these covers, and it exposes this Torx bit here, which will hold that in. So let's undo that and keep you guys posted here. Let's get moving. Alright, gentle on the way out because there's going to be a wire hooked up to the back here. 2 of them. Release these 2 harnesses. You have to remove this gray top part here from the clip, just like that, and then grab a little bit of it underneath and just kind of press this out like this, and now those are released. And then the last thing we need to release to fully remove the airbag is the harness over here on the clock spring. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that with my hand. Airbag is released. The next thing we'll have to do is remove the steering wheel now with this center bolt, which I believe is a 22 millimeter. 22 millimeter. I'm gonna take my handy dandy impact socket. Now that that's released, I'm going to bang the wheel a little bit, and it's now off of the splines. Okay, there's the nut, and we're gonna just gently pull this out like this, get the harness fed through there. Right, so this yellow harness unplugs from the clock spring. So just beware that you don't need to actually pull these harnesses out. Move that out of the way. And now we can remove the plastic cover here on the steering wheel. These use a T25 Torx bit, very easy to do. Just one more underneath. And now that we have that cover out of the way, we can go ahead and unscrew the clock spring. This thing's like very loose. You can tell that it's a little bit aged, so that's interesting to see. All right, got the screws out. Let's pull this thing out. make note of where it is. Try to find these harnesses here. Gonna unplug the harnesses underneath, as you guys can see. So let me undo those harnesses underneath right there. All right, just so you guys all know, this part of the clock spring slides on this little bracket right here, and there's like a little bit of a pin here that where my finger is that you push to the side like that to slide it forward, and then the harness comes down and you can go ahead and release that just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead now and install the new one, and we should be good to go. This has much less play in there compared to this one. You guys can see that this one was just like completely aged out. So it's really good that we're doing this. So I'm gonna go ahead now and install in reverse. But before I do, make sure you go ahead and place this back accordingly. So right there, that's how we have it. And then we'll go ahead and plug in all the harnesses. All right, grand finale here. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. Pull these gray parts out, shove it back into the wheel, into the harness, into the airbag, push, and then push those back in to secure that. So now those won't go anywhere. And then make sure the last thing is those harnesses on the back there are Velcroed to the Velcro, and now you can place the steering wheel back into place. And we'll finish this off with screwing these back in here. Let's see. Let's get it started. Put our rubber covers back on. Boom. Boom. All right, let's test it out. Let's go see what this is doing now. All right, so we should have power now. Boom. Windshield wiper check. Blinker light. There we go. Now let's check our steering wheel controls here in a minute. Just gonna set up the radio. Yep, everything's working. All right, so another repair that is successful on my old 216,000 mile Saab 9.5. This was not a big deal, but of course for some in the family that drive this car who like to use their horn an excessive amount of times, it was a big deal to them, almost to the point where they didn't want to drive the car. So that's why we went ahead and replaced the clock spring. But as you guys just witnessed, the horn originally, when I touched it on the top, was not working at all, only on the bottom. And now that we have the new clock spring in there, it is working properly on all corners of the steering wheel, which is what we want. So thanks for watching this video. Be sure to check out all the links in the description below. I always appreciate all your support. And to leave this video off, I'm just gonna go do a quick cleanup on the car. It's been about a month since we cleaned it, so we're gonna knock that out, but I'll save that for another video. You guys don't need to watch that. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, stay tuned, and as always, follow me at Pancis on Instagram, and I'll see you guys next video.